In 1977, a young Indian artist cycled over 4,000 miles from India to Sweden for love.
Hello my friends, let me show you one old drawing I had during my journey in 1977.
The man who cycled from India to Sweden for love. Pradyumna Kumar Mahanandia, known as PK, was born in an eastern village in India called Angle today, in central Orissa. He came from a family of weavers belonging to the lowest caste in Indian society, which meant to live in poverty and discrimination with no chance of moving up and out of that status. In school, he was made to sit outside the classroom during classes and was not allowed to eat with other students in the canteen.
The moments my classmates were touching me by mistake, then they were washing themselves, and that was very painful to see that.
His passion for painting helped him to join College of Art in New Delhi in 1971, where he gained fame for making portraits. This was after he drew a portrait of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. With permission of the authorities, he started doing portraits at Connaught Place. However, his life in Delhi was still financially tough for the young Mr. Mahanandia. He had to sleep at the railway station when he had no money for accommodation.
I was living was between hope and despair. I had a hope, like a childhood prophecy, that mom and people told me, oh, you will marry a woman far away land, born in this Juraic sign, Taurus. She belongs to nobility.
Back at the time, a famous Russian astronaut Valentina Tereshkova was invited to India by Indira Gandhi.
One day I saw her in the road. Somehow, I managed to sneak through the crowd and came face to face with her. She smiled at me, and I was invited to the Parliamentary Club by the Indo-Soviet Society.
Charlotte von Schedvin, a young Swedish woman from a noble family, made her first trip to India in the fall of 1975 following the popular hippie trail of the 1970s. Her special interest in Indian culture grew within her when she was only 11 years old.
When I was about 11, I had a teacher who showed us black and white films about India, like Elephant Boy.
Hey, wait a little, Kalanam, wait. Here's our breakfast.
Her interest in Indian culture continued to grow through the years. She also used to watch films about the Gongas and Varanasi. Charlotte and her friends traveled all the way from Sweden to India in a VW bus and parked close to Connaught Place, where the young PK was making his portraits for 10 rupees.
We were actually just passing through this park. I saw a big fountain, and under there was a little boy.
It was evening, a winter evening. When she came close to me, I remember I was wordless.
Mom used to say, oh, I'd love to have a type of pencil charcoal of me and my sisters.
I remember when I saw her, She had big eyes, the blue eyes. And her eyes are like X-ray machine. She's photographing me within.
There was a little love intention and vibration, and
She came back actually day after day, actually 3 times.
And P.K. was very hearty, and open. I mean, he's that type of person, you really feel, like him very much.
I remember the professor. May I ask you a few personal questions? Are you born in May? Yes, but how did you know? Are you a musician or music teacher or music? Yes, I'm studying music to be a music teacher. Are you the owner of jungles? I said, I remember. Jungles, no, but forest. I'm owner of forest and land, lakes, like that.
There was the feeling that this is something.
I said, it's decided in the heaven, we are destined to meet. You will be my wife.
And my first reaction is, well, I didn't finish my education, all these practical things, how we make the living. And
she stared at me. I got frightened. Now she will go to the police and I will lose my permission to do portraits of tourists, I said. And I couldn't look into her eyes, I remember.
From my heart, it was obvious. It was there. That was the man I wanted to share my life with.
After 3 minutes, he said, what we will do now?
Less than 3 weeks later, she followed him to his home in the state of Odisha, where she met his family, and they were married in tribal tradition.
So I was there, the one the prophecy was telling about.
And when I took her to the village, many thousand came with drums.
And I feel back home.
But time passed, and Charlotte had to return to Sweden with her friends, the same way she came to Delhi.
And on the way back to Sweden, I think that was from Iran somewhere, I wrote a letter to my parents, and I found the man I love to share my life with.
Actually, she told me that she will come back in August, but she didn't come back. Then I thought, I must, if she can't come, then I have to go.
They kept in touch through letters for over a year before he decided it was time to join his wife. However, PK did not have enough money to buy a plane ticket. Despite Charlotte's offers to send flight tickets, Mahanandia was determined to meet her via his own means. He sold everything he owned, bought a bike, and followed her down the same hippie trail with just over $80 and his paintbrushes.
I said, I will die on the way, or I will meet her next life.
And I warned him. Actually. I still got that letter.
I didn't think very much. Only thing, I wanted to be with her. I was mad actually. When we're in love, you are blind.
I said, please don't go on your own. Please try to get a company. It's more safe if something will happen.
His journey started on the 22nd of January 1977, and he would cycle for around 44 miles every day. He reached Amritsar from New Delhi before entering Afghanistan, Iran, Turkey, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, Germany, Austria, and Denmark. His cycle broke down many times on the way, and he even had to go on without food for days. But nothing could break his will. After 4 months and 3 weeks of back-breaking journey, he finally reached Gothenburg, Sweden. Upon reaching, he was questioned by Swedish immigration officers who were amazed to see a man who had come from India riding a bicycle. PK told them the reason behind his visit and produced photographs of his marriage with Charlotte. Authorities were surprised and did not believe that someone of royal blood from Europe would marry a poor Indian. The end of that extraordinary journey marked the start of the couple's life together in Sweden. The couple then remarried in 1979, almost 4 years after they first tied the knot in India. The royal family accepted Mahanandia, breaking centuries-long tradition. He is currently working as an advisor, art and culture, under the Swedish government. He also serves as the Odisha Cultural Ambassador of India to Sweden.